At the beginning, it was more about the camera than the film we were shooting on. Film stock always came as an afterthought in my experience. Little did I know that film is the real secret ingredient here. It's not just about the camera body and lens combination. The choice of film can completely change the final image. The color, the contrast, the mood, even the way lights and shadows interact. Recently, I came across some cheap film stock on Temu. I'll be honest, at first, I was skeptical. It's easy to assume that if something is cheap, it's automatically bad. But the truth is, experimenting with different film stocks, even the super affordable off-brand ones like this one, can sometimes open up a whole new world of creativity. Sometimes these stocks have quirks, unexpected color shifts, heavy grain, weird exposure. But those imperfections can actually become part of your style. They tell a different story than the clean, predictable films we are used to, like Portra 800, maybe Kodak Gold, and maybe even Cinestill 800T. And honestly, if you are practicing, learning, or just trying to get out of a creative rut, why not take a risk on a few rolls that won't break the bank? Some of my favorite shots have come from films that I thought were just test rolls. So today, I'm going to show you some samples from the Temu film I picked up a few weeks back. Talk about the results and why I think you should stay open to experimenting, because you never know when you'll find something that just might click with your vision. Alright, let's talk about why film matters. Now, film matters for a lot of different reasons. There is all kinds of film out there, from black and white film, color film, 35mm film, 120mm film for medium format, and there is just a whole variety of different films out there for you to choose from. So what are the main characteristics, or what are the main things you need to be focusing on whenever you're trying to select a good film? And it just comes down to two basic things. What color do you want to get on your film? And contrast is very, very important in this types of selection. And also what kind of vibe. Obviously, Kodak Gold, it's more of a warm color. Cinestill is kind of the opposite. It's more of like a greenish tone, and it creates a different vibe. So depending on the vibe, you can choose your film accordingly. So why experiment with different films, right? Now you can always just go to your trusty old Kodak Gold or Portra 400, whatever your heart desires. But why go with these safe films when you can experiment with some of these other films, and you never know, they may even get to surprise you. These films are great for practicing because they are not as expensive as the new films we have today. Obviously, sometimes maybe expired film may be a little bit pricey, but why not go with black and white? $10 a roll in most places in the US, and that's a great way to start practicing, and also brings a unique perspective to your own type of style of shooting. So I always recommend going out and experimenting with different types of film, whether they are cheap or if you want to experiment with expensive ones. That is up to you. but it's always great to keep an open mind when it comes to selecting film, because sometimes you can find some hidden gems out there like the ones I did in this video. Okay, so why Temu films? Very simple reason, and that is because the film is cheap. Also, to make videos here for y'all on YouTube, which I think is something fun. I think a lot of people may be asking, are the films from Temu any good? And hopefully videos like this exist everywhere on YouTube for you to find out. Me personally, the one that I got is this black and white film. I think this one was 400 ISO. All right, so what are my final thoughts on the photos and the film from Temu, and should you go out there and try to find some for yourself? And first of all, I just want to say that all of these photos were just straight out of camera. I did not edit any of these photos. They didn't even go into my Lightroom. They just came straight from camera to YouTube right now in this video. So getting that out of the way, I personally like the way these photos turned out like that. At box speed, they look very vintagey to me, and it looks like photo that was taken probably in the early 1900s. I like the very dark, contrasty vibes that these photos have. And even though it's a modern city, obviously Austin, Texas here, the photos look very old, and I really like the way these turned out. I also like the imperfection on some of the photos, how it has like that light leak. On some of them it looks good, some of them it doesn't look that great, but hey, that's just some of the quirks like I actually mentioned in this video. So yeah, those are my overall thoughts. I think it's great, and if you're out there practicing or getting into film for the first time, this is something that you should probably look into and just buying some film on Temu. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. Make sure you hit and smash the notification bell so you guys can get notified for future videos. And you guys be safe out there. Go out there and shoot some film, and I'll see you next week. Peace.